everything should be going. Yeah, it's all going good. Okay, there
Let's
we go.
get going.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
I can't walk around as much anymore because my wire is shorter now for my headset. But you know,
Damn.
we can get started. Also, I found out what was the rubbing sound like every time I lift my desk.
Okay.
Because I got a new keyboard. Oh,
Mhm.
wait, that's there's something else rubbing now. That's not good.
Yeah, but we can actually hear
What's that?
that one.
What is it rubbing? What's getting stuck here?
What's this?
A wire, or I don't know. Maybe it's wire.
It's your Peter.
It's most likely a wire. Have you just like tried to pull your desk like half an inch away from the wall and see if that just fixes it?
Oh wait, I know. Wait, I see the wire. What does this lead to?
Oh,
it's an HDMI wire for my TV.
Ah!
It's. I mean, that's fine. Of all the wires, I would want it to be that one because I have like 7 HDMI wires courtesy of work.
Mhm.
I mean, I found on the side of the road.
I found in the lake. They somehow still work.
Yeah. But the last one, now I guess there's 2. I really should double check this. But the last one was my keyboard wire. I would know because a Corsair keyboard has like some ultra protection on the exterior of it. And there's like a secondary barrier essentially. Well, I got a new keyboard, brown switch mechanical keyboard. When I looked at the last keyboard, that in section, there's a small sliver of it that was frayed to all hell. You could see the not the actual wires, but it pierced through the secondary barrier, and I'm just like, oh, that's what's making the noise. Oh,
Interesting.
awkward. Check your wires. Which I failed to do right now, considering the HDMI wires making the noise still, but I digress. Alright, I hope I bought enough time for you guys to pop on and grab and do stuff, but...
Do stuff?
Do stuff. I don't know, grab snacks or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Plug in...
Or
Plug in
please
accessories.
skim your notes to see what happened.
I don't have any snacks.
Well, Alec can't start because he
Shy?
wasn't here, and I just remembered that.
I got my notes ready if you want me to jump.
Pop off.
I can at least start. So I think it started with learning a bit about the bugbears, more from an offensive standpoint, because I think Hatcher rolled just wicked good.
He rolled okay.
He rolled good enough, it's like...
I think he got like a 15. 17.
Something.
I would
He
get
learned that these guys buck it up on the first round. So that's
I got
fun.
like 20.
Well, let's find out. Yeah, 19.
Find out. You got 19.
Yeah,
Almost a 20. Very close.
almost.
If he did get 20, he'd get into a different tier.
Ooh.
But yeah, with his knowledge, it's just like, yeah, they will fuck you up on the first round, and then the following rounds, they're probably not exactly weak, but they're probably not going to be there. At least that's my opinion.
Got that assassinate feature, baby.
Yeah, auto crit in the first hit, plus extra damage, plus L plus ratio. Following that, I believe, at least the next thing I have written down was Denver was going to go to Grover to talk to them about something. I wonder what that something would be. Definitely not a monster in their head.
Yeah, that
What are you
happened
talking about?
while Comedian was setting out to check the fissures and analyze what needed to be done with those.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just seeing what's up there. But yeah, when Denver went over there, they happened to come across Nova talking to Grover, trying to get them to make something for them, which we see what the end result of that was. I believe Denver helped out with the conversation.
You're
And I
You're
did
the,
that.
you're the
Good
straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak, before Nova had to escalate to more aggressive negotiation techniques.
Asserting your male Are you trying to assert your male authority over me?
There was 0% dudes. Oh wait, no, Grover's a guy.
So fucked up. That's so fucked up.
I don't know what's going on.
Which is perfect, because I don't think that would be a concept outside of, like, Ventori League or Heredicio territories.
Yeah, Sally'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
But
But,
Dahlia, I don't
Dahlia,
have details on that conversation.
had a conversation that none of you should have heard
Shut
What
up.
are you talking about? None of us heard.
Yeah.
to worry about.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Have you heard
It was
nothing?
about secrets and nothing else.
So what were those secrets?
The voice in her head that cusses at her sometimes.
That's mean.
Dahlia was inquiring about Le Trevaux and if Grover could tell that they were there, and he was like, well, if I remember correctly, he was like, well, I couldn't at first, but then it moved. And Dahlia's like, it moved? And he's like, yes, out of the way of my little probe that was going in your head. And so I left it alone. I don't remember his reasoning why, but he left it.
Because it was natural to you.
Right.
Right, like
And
in the same way, if I were to shove your kidney aside, the kidney has moved, but
It's still yours.
it's still you. Yeah,
Yeah.
After everything, it's still you.
exactly.
Just because it's a little fucked up doesn't mean they're gonna rip it out.
Not versus all the other things fucked up at you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah. That needed to leave. I remember he didn't have a whole lot of details on it, them, her.
He wasn't looking for it. Or
But he
trying to
wasn't, yeah.
analyze it.
He wasn't like actively looking for it, and that is something that we can explore later. And I do not remember Lothar opinion on it. I feel like it doesn't want to be known.
Oh.
But I don't remember exactly what it said.
Stay the fuck away from me,
Why
blood.
is it? No, no.
Mhm.
Don't let it move.
He's looking around. Calm down.
No, he's not. No, he's not, Crash.
He doesn't have eyes, so I mean, it's impressive that he can look. So, meanwhile, you were having your conversation with Nova. Well, not Nova, with Grover. And then, I guess, subsequently,
And
Nova.
Nova was there. Yeah, she was there.
Nova was there.
We were vibing.
You did have some stalkers, some eavesdroppers, some droppers
Oh.
and eaves.
Very
yeah.
They were totally
Oh.
having their own
Dropping.
conversation.
They were
Yeah.
totally having their own conversation. That's on me, right? The universe forgot.
Yeah,
Classic goblin.
Completely
yeah. I mean,
unrelated.
the goblin was being a goblin. Roma had to make sure, you know.
Good job, Roma. You did a good service.
Goblin was indeed being a goblin.
If I remember correctly, you rolled a nat 1 on insight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The bar was like very manageable. I think like Roma rolled like a 16 or a 14 on deception. Badger rolled like a 5.
Yeah.
The average is like 8, and it's just like you have such a good wisdom rolls on that one. No, well, not that good, I'm afraid.
Yeah, we rolled a bunch of.
We all
I
have
mean-
blind spots.
Yeah. It somehow got by. You just like roll to like what, do an intervention or something at some point in the future.
Yeah.
Roma's deception was a 19 plus 2. Badgers was, or I guess they wouldn't have gotten the anyway. And
Yeah,
the Badgers was a 4. I got 5 with a nat 1.
Yeah, but we had to take the average of that. So 5 and 19 is 24. 12 is average.
Mm-hmm.
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame. What was happening in the meantime?
I think that's when Jin went to speak to Captains Herman and Lois.
We.
Maybe.
You had something you wanted to give him, if I don't misremember.
Oh yes.
We.
Yeah.
He wanted to give the thing.
Captain.
You want to recap it for me?
All right. Very good
No,
then.
joking.
The stupid butthead.
No, he was offering Captain Herman one of the log jutsu scrolls that he was given to by Shroud, yeah?
Yeah.
Correct. That's
But
Shroud.
Captain Herman refused his kindness, saying it
Little
would be
butthead.
put to better use with us. I believe he said something along the nature of
He's like, if I die here, I'm meant to die or something. Something along those lines.
that. You know,
So if he gets assassinated, it's not our fault.
proving once again that he is a badass.
Yeah.
I think at the same time, while Jin was speaking to the captains, Caradoc sought out Anvil for some advice on armor wearing, since he's not the most brawny guy out there. looking at that 9 strength score. But with Anvil's aid, Caradoc finds himself wearing some heavy armor that feels a lot lighter than it should. While he was doing that, Roma, Badger, and Dahlia went to the quartermaster to requisition stuff. And that's when the potions and Lottervu thing happened, right, Nina?
Yes. First, what did Roma and Badger want again? Badger wanted bullets.
Shotgun shells.
Yep,
Shells.
shotgun shells.
And you just got a box of them. Welcome
Yes.
welcome to the times where ammunition is more plentiful than healing.
Oh, you want
What a
some
world
rounds?
The best healing you can do, shoot your opponent before you get hurt.
Preventative healing. I like that.
The best defense is a good offense.
Well, what about the others of you?
What did Roma want?
I think she was after health potions pretty much, and then tried to overshoot her shot, right?
Yeah. And they describe like,
Also got
oh, here's the
potions.
potions you guys acquired. They're
What does
also
that mean?
wasting something.
She wanted health potions, and then she couldn't use them because they had like, what was it, slow with them or something?
Well, it's not that
Essentially,
you can't
the-
use them. It's that like there's a chance if you fail a check that you're slowed for an indeterminable amount of time.
Yeah, Roma doesn't like that.
I don't think anyone would like that. That's not a good.
Oh, in a
situation.
fight, that's bad.
No.
But outside of a
I
fight,
mean,
it could be
out of
useful.
combat.
It would have
yeah.
been so funny if you guys did get your hands on that stash and then started using it. I was so ready. I was so ready. I drink a healing potion. Okay, you heal for 2d4 plus 2. Can you make me a con save? What?
Huh?
Oh, it's clearly infected by the virus. Well, it's infected.
But because I'm so cool and fun, I accepted help from Lottervu, which I didn't tell anyone. and stop. But I got 6 of them because she rolled really well.
Yeah.
That bitch.
That was a condition too, though, wasn't there?
You had to maintain a certain minimum for yourself. For survival
Oh,
purposes.
right, yeah. I was like, what's the condition? I don't remember it being anything bad.
No,
It's
specifically
beneficial
not.
to you.
Yeah, specifically.
Specifically not bad for me. So I dished them out accordingly. There's a table that I sent. I was gonna say table. There's a table that I sent in Game General, dictating who gets what. I keep 2 minimum. It'd be fucked up if I just kept all of them.
That would have been pretty funny.
Yeah.
It would have been really funny.
What else?
Wanting to acclimatize to the armor that he finds himself wearing, Caradoc moved around like a scrub, because that's what he is, if you're honest, and was casting cantrips and the like. And Captain Herman approached him and was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, I'm trying to get used to wearing this armor. He's like, "Okay, come here." And he adjusted some stuff and tried to impart a brief lesson onto Caradoc, alleviating some of the movement penalty for him.
The burden.
Yes, the burden.
You rolled really well, if I remember correctly. You both rolled
Nat,
well.
Nat 20.
You nattied it. Disgusting. A natty.
Disgusting.
And it was
Disgusting.
shortly after that, I think we cut back to Grover distributing those parasitic pods, they're called in my notes. Are those the bombs?
They're pesticide parasitic pods, PPP. Well, they're not parasitic. They wrap around your hand, but it's not like they stab into you. So they're not feeding off of you. They just latch onto you physically. So I guess it's your determination if that's parasitic or not. But yeah, he was distributing out the pesticide pods.
And Nova returned from her reconnaissance at this point.
Mhm. Yeah.
And we were informed about some of the threats we're likely to face. We got some new deets on some new and horrifying creatures, and some info on threats we should avoid. Like that guy who just turned. He big.
He's just looking around.
Yep.
He's just looking around.
Perfectly.
I think this is also when Badger was trying to sweet talk Nova into, taking off her helmet.
Oh yeah.
It was.
It worked.
It did.
It did.
It did work. I forgot what you rolled. But it did work. Let's see. In order from top to bottom, left to right, you guys have Captain Herman, obviously, but he's not a monster. Well, debatably. The Ruiner, the Shrieker, the Burster, and you guys know the Disperser already, and the Shamblers already.
Ooh. I have a question for Alec. He
is not plugged in right now.
Ah, damn.
What's your question?
Type or
My question was if Hawk would have been paying close attention to Mina during this conversation. Because she muttered something about the Shriekers. About them not being all that tough, that he would have caught if he was.
Oh, he is. Oh, you are listening. Okay, that's on me.
He's just,
yeah,
like,
he probably
not
would have.
talking, kind of thing.
He probably would have caught it. Yeah. Yeah, Mina did beat a Shrieker before, after it, like, tore through like 4 people. Well, they were alive, so I guess it didn't tear through. Actually, let me roll a thing for Mina. Maybe she remembers a very, well, I'd say critical, but she remembers details about it. Roll history based on wisdom, but they're the same number anyway, so I'm just gonna hit the button. Pew! Yeah, actually, that checks for +0. Yeah, that checks. Moving on. But yeah, she did say, like, you know, they're not that tough in terms of fortitude. In terms of them doing damage to you, that's a different story.
Hey, Cop, what did you say, or what did Badger say, rather, when Noah took off her helmet?
What the badger say?
He said, "Marry me."
Yeah. Oh
And then
yeah.
She said what, and then he said what.
Right.
What?
She added, like, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
That sounds right. That's me right now. I'm doing the nod emote from Elden Ring. That sounds right. So chronologically, one other thing did happen, but in terms of how we played it, we had to jump back a bit. So we'll go to the thing we jumped back to. You guys got a visit from your favorite former anarchist bomber.
Arnie.
Is he a No, he's a former anarchist. He's still a bomber though.
Reformed anarchist.
Reformed anarchist. Orderist now.
No, just.
Or I guess that's just a law-abiding citizen. I digress. Yeah, there's our boy. Fucking take him. No, you can't, Arnie. You can't. But it's how you try. But yeah, what was the hips in the house with Arnie talking to you guys? Aside from him being a bit offended that you guys didn't visit him before he took off.
He had a dream.
Yep.
That he did.
Oh, right,
He
yeah.
had 2 dreams.
He had a dream of being in a faraway town with one person, and we all voted it was Roma.
Yeah.
Because of course it was.
Immediately.
I don't think I even voted in that. It was just like,
No.
okay.
We got
We
your
just saw
vote
verification.
afterwards, but because we were like,
Oh,
okay, we were curious as to who you were going to vote for, but it wouldn't have swung the vote in any significant
No, I
manner.
just no influence whatsoever. Yeah.
I believe you picked Badger because Arnie and Badger just like talked shit at each other prior to the conversation.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
It's a roller coaster of a relationship between those two.
Mhm.
Those
good
crazy
now.
kids can make
Yeah,
it
you're good
work.
No, it's them being kids and them being boys.
Absolutely.
Per Eva's comment on how do men just how do men do that? They go from talking shit to being great friends in like the span of 2 minutes.
Yes.
I'll never understand their ways. It's just.
Eva certainly
Boys will be
isn't.
boys.
Yeah,
Boys will be
that's it.
boys.
Yeah, boys will be boys.
But Roma has a get out of jail free card now in case you die. The full, die, not like fall unconscious, like the full 3 failed death saves gambit, you know.
Proper die.
Damn.
Proper die. And if you do die, then we'll have to figure out what you're playing for the rest of the chapter. But we'll get there when we get there. Hopefully, we won't need to get there. Right. But what else did Arnie
But
give
if
you?
anyone dies, it has to be you.
Oh, yeah. He gave our dear goblin friend a little present.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
Turns out
And I
bombs are
won't hit
boomerangs
any
now.
horses with it.
You won't hit any.
Mhm.
Not the lie, we all know it.
I like
It
the
sounded
story.
awfully lot like a promise there, Cop. Are you sure?
Yes, that is a promise. My
Yeah?
wife told me I could.
Damn, that really is a promise there, huh?
Maybe.
Did you tell? Tricky busted you. You just
Well-
tell her like it was in defense of a dog, even though that wasn't at all the case, because you totally could have aimed it differently.
I
What
told
if
her.
Ace throws it though? Then it's not you, right?
Oh, you're right. Then it's just Ace playing fetch.
Yeah.
Animal side.
Mhm.
Bane voice, yeah.
Yeah.
You were born in the grenade.
Jesus.
So, Arnie delivered some new armament to you guys. Well, to one of you, and offered a idyllic, pretty dream to a different one of you. Fun times. And then I believe you guys set off.
Yeah, I think that's where we
Yes.
ended, so.
Yes. That's right.
Yes.
Yes. Da 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 da.
I forgot I left this
Oh, I
here.
need to put myself on the map.
I did have to put Hawk
Oh,
and Caradoc down. Yeah, you didn't do it last session because we're monkeying around with the tokens. But I put you guys down.
Thank you.
Oh,
You guys have
cheers.
2 honor guardsmen, Captain Herman, obviously Nova, but in a peripheral manner. This, as a quick reminder, well, I guess this right establishment is is Breathe Easy, or the Breathe Easy. It is, as Herman would describe it prior to transit,
what is-
a bar for old people.
What a perfectly safe pitch.
Isn't this the captain that doesn't like
I am
goblins?
gonna slightly adjust.
Captain
where I'm
Keenan, the Captain Keenan, the one you're visiting. Yes,
Here.
it is. It
It's
is.
a perfectly safe pick.
Ooh. You know what? Badger's gonna wear his cloak around his head.
He's gonna wear his Knights Goblin outfit.
Try to cover up as much skin as possible.
Understandable. Then, my friends, let's get into it, shall we? Let me choose the music first. I'm going
That'd
to
be
the talking.
I'm not a goblin.
song.
Like, I'm a
I'm a
Halfling.
halfling.
Yeah,
I'm a
they just had
gnome.
I'm a green
How dare
halfling
you?
with long
Makes
ears and
sense.
nose.
How do you
I
get put on my
just-
skin condition? It's very
From
rare.
Bakar. I mean, not Bakar.
It's the curse. I'm working on it.
That would be the greatest mind fuck of all time. That Cop isn't playing a goblin; he's playing a halfling transformed into a goblin.
Oh my god.
Isn't that just Critical Role?
So the entire campaign, you make jokes about him being a goblin, but he's like, I'm not actually a goblin. Also, wait a minute, that's just not the
Yeah,
brave
exactly.
from Critical Role. God damn it.
Yeah.
God damn it. Critical Role stealing all the fun out of D&D.
Like, oh, this is a great idea. It's been done. You got hit with The Simpsons.
God damn.
Yeah.
Even
That
better,
thing is
there's an
original.
orc under there. A big ass orc.
Oh, that'd be funnier. Alright. Oh, I didn't put Ace on though.
Oh yeah,
Where's it?
Crime.
my boy.
Badger just
There you go.
hulks out,
There you go.
turns into an orc.
There you
Oh my god.
Is that everyone? All the MP? 1, 2, 3. Wait, Eva, Fayez, where's Mina? There's Mina. Nova. Captain Herman, the honor guardsman, who would definitely not be standing that close in this tight span. They'd definitely be fanning out, securing core corridors. Alright. Pew! Hey! Welcome back, Sundown. Love this music.
Reminder for Need Not, you currently have 5 extra max health from aid.
Correct.
Yes.
I believe it was Denver, Caradoc, and Captain Herman.
Correct.
Captain Herman with plus 5 HP, giving him a nice 36.
He's
30,
below
and then
me.
I overhealed with my alchemical trance, which I did take before. So I'm sitting pretty with health right now.
Speaking of sitting pretty with health, reminder, if you guys haven't marked on your sheet, you guys have 14 temp HP, courtesy of Captain Herman.
Was it
Yes,
14?
sir.
I thought last time you said 15.
Hey, Evan.
It should be 14.
I thought it was 16. What are you talking about?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was just around 20, but okay.
Yeah, I mean,
we're
that's true.
we're getting
yeah,
a bit
yeah.
over the top on.
No.
Like 20 sounds good to me.
It's
14
14
is
because
what I have.
he's 10 levels plus 4 from his intelligence, so it's 14. Let me open the NPC sheet to make sure I put it on there. Yep, 14 on Eva, 14 for Fayez, and then Mina, where are you? Mina. 14 for Mina. Yep. So 14 across the board. So, you guys touch down in, well, what you see here, a ruined plaza. It's hard to tell what the buildings were originally, aside from the breviary itself, although perhaps you have some bias, given that Captain Herman told you what it was prior to transit. Whatever this southern building is, it's not a residency. It doesn't have like enough windows, doors, etc. for it to be a residency. These ones on the left here look to be shops, although the contents and their purpose are unknown, given that they're all boarded up and abandoned and looted now.
It's long forgotten.
Long forgotten. As of 2 weeks. This quarantine hasn't been well, I guess technically 3 weeks. I digress. This
3 weeks in
building
the
to the
pocket
north,
feels
though,
like an eternity.
it does. This building to the north, though, you cannot make out what it is. Aside from the fact that this right sector here, you see this roof section on the map, that's the only section for this part that's there still. The walls, the foundation have all been swallowed into the earth. So you actually see like almost like those like books, those like cross-sectional books you had as a kid. You see that. You see like this swath cut into this building. Revealing what might have been some sort of lounging space, but you're only getting like 1/8 of the room to tell that. To the northeastern section, this pile of rubble, it looked to have been just an entire building. Toppled. Destroyed and dashed against the earth.
Right.
Like it's like hitting a tree in Terraria, you know, it falls and then it becomes all those smaller pieces.
Can we tell what I mean, like, okay, there's Yakum's razor of what destroyed it, but it's cutting through this house more, and this one's standing versus that one. Like, it feels like something else.
Yeah, that's a fair question. No roll necessary. It doesn't. The swath doesn't cut into its actual building core, but it does look like it destabilized enough for it to just break on its own.
Okay, so it didn't hit as much of the building, but it hit a core section that caused it to collapse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's
big
fair.
old
That makes
earthquake.
sense.
Big old earthquake sort of thing, you know.
I was just afraid that something just came trudging through here at some point. It's like, oh god. Hopefully that's something with the best.
That would be concerning.
Yeah, not unexpected. Pit.
That is indeed a pit. Do look into it.
He does lean over and take a peek into the pit.
You lean over and peek into the pit, seeing a dark void. You don't see any swaths that cut through the tunnel network that you guys have traveled through in the past. You don't see any shamblers, so that's a win. It's just a void. You don't see the bottom. Because you know it took part of this building into it, you don't see any rubble in your immediate view.
I don't want to drop a light down there because that's a bit too noticeable. He'd probably, like, if there's a brick around, just kick a brick down there and see if he can hear it stop bouncing at some point.
Okay.
He's doing a Pippin.
Rock. There's like a general gauge of that. It's like every second you don't hear that's approximately 100 feet or something like
distance. That.
Yeah, like there's like, it's not like an actual set calculation, but it's like a general layman, like using your fingers to tell how long before sundown.
Frankly, he's mostly trying to listen for when it just stops bouncing. Like, I really like the idea of he listens for like a minute and a half and just occasionally hears.
It probably would be towards a minute before it gets too far out. Maybe not a minute, maybe like 2 minutes.
So how far would that be then?
We'll just use like the 1 second per 1,000 sort of deal, so... Or not per 1,000, per 100. So 10 well, no, that's 10 seconds of it falling directly down. This is Crash making a real life survival check right now. Hold on, let me think on that. Because you would... Because if it kept bouncing off the wall, it would go into this space here to the point where it's not bouncing anything. But if you kicked it here, it would bounce back and forth. So, or I guess if you just did it like that, where? So.
Yeah, the hope here is that
I'll
kicking it
say-
make it less suspicious.
I'll say probably 2,000, 3,000 feet. Less than a mile into the earth, but still plenty deep.
It's
Sorry,
deep enough you will die.
If you
Unless
jumped
you
in
grab
now.
a wall. Yeah. It's deep enough that theoretically, if you jumped into like this middle section and had a parachute, you could sail down to the bottom.
You probably could, actually, yeah.
So he's gonna take like at least a step back.
Yeah, you guys do hear the clatter, the pat, plat. No, that's not the right sound effect.
Don't say plat.
Clack, clack. There you go. The rock clacking against another rock sound effect. Or a pipe falling sound effect, either one.
Oh, that's a question for later. How do you put a map this? I'm wondering if anybody has at least a rough map of where these cracks are so we can correlate to see if there's something pushing up or something sinking down specifically, like if there was a specific area. This is entirely something he's thinking of now, but has no resources for.
You could ask Nova if she saw a pattern.
Yeah, Nova doesn't have
Yeah,
a map,
actually.
but she did do a fly over the city, so
Yeah,
I will give her
true.
disadvantage because she was not attempting to do that.
That's
Take
understandable. considering.
guidance.
Can you give her guidance on this?
It's an ability check, so.
Or damn, the other one's
so-
19.
Yeah, it was, yeah. So what was your question? It was if there was
If there's like a
if it pushed up.
correlation. Yeah. Like, does it look like it's effectively making a ring? Is it cutting out a certain swath of area? Or is it following just, like, natural guidelines of the land kind of thing? Probably a better question for Grover.
I also had a 19. She can discern it did not make a pattern. That is probably one of the things she would have checked, right? Because for Ash Winds, it's not the first time a town has collapsed, so she probably has heard some stories. But no, there's not a discernible pattern. Not the same some Fullmetal Alchemist thing. In terms of if they follow natural geography guidelines, they don't either. Which isn't saying too much considering Velkester isn't exactly like a hilly town. You know, it's not like built on higher elevations too much. They don't really follow anything as far as she's spotted, aside from, you know, just general fissure, just general break, right? Like ripping a paper in twain. No patterns. Not that she saw it, at least.
Okay. Roughly.
Speaking of Nova, you guys do catch Eva talking to Nova about